Good morning, brothers and sisters around the world. I am Lux Theo, and let me get out of this sun. Today I kind of wanted to go over the reptilian brain, or R-brain, and the R-complex to help put it into perspective, especially for those of you that are trying to transcend above your own psychology. This will kind of put it into simpler terms and ideology so that the feat doesn't seem so impossible, I guess, because you don't really understand what it is that you're trying to defeat. So, reptilian brain, R-brain. If you think about it, if you know anything about reptiles, or if you ever watch Discovery Channel or whatever, reptiles have the most simplest form of awareness, and that's all it really is. And reptiles only care about survival, eating, sleeping, and fucking. They don't even care about the lives of their offspring. If, some of you are aware of that, but, if a reptile needs to survive, it will eat its own young. It's the most basic form of instinct of survival. Now, if any of you are, aware or know of Freudian ideology, Freud had the brain broken up into three different sections: your id, your ego, and your superego. Now, to make the reptilian brain, or R-brain, or R-complex relative to the human sentience and human body, the reptilian brain would be that of the id. The id of that part of your brain is a constant, running current. It has awareness and it has reflex to anything that tries to compromise it. And that is what R-complex stands for, is reflex. It's just reflexive. If it needs to protect itself, it will reflect in fight or flight. Now, for some of you, a lot of you might be able to relate to this when you're hungry. And it's like I know some people that when they start just getting hungry after not eating for a couple hours, they get extremely irritable, they lash out, and they get aggressive. That is their R-complex. They've exercised their R-complex, the reptilian brain, the id, and that's it. They have it transcended up to the ego, and the superego is where, I like to call it your little, council, where you kind of sit and look at everything. Anyways, so yeah, that's them exercising their most basic form of instinct, their most basic form of reflex. And so what it means to be able to transcend is to control that reflex. Okay, and so now some of you might be thinking, well, what's a better way to kind of go above this other than just the awareness part of the R-reflex and stuff like that? Well, it comes down to your body physiology. If a lot of you are breakfast eaters, and you have a high carb or high sugar breakfast every morning, well, that is kind of like that's one of your issues. So carbs, or glucose, is the most basic form of energy. It breaks down really fast, and it's expended really fast. it also takes a lot of acid to break it down and metabolize it real quick. So the thing about your body physiology is, if you have this schedule where you wake up every morning and you have a high acid, high glucose, high carb breakfast, well, your body physiology, to help maintain some of its energy, will start prepping for these events. So, like a lot of you that wake up just super hungry in the morning, well, that's your body physiology already getting ready for the high sugar, high glucose, high carb meal that you're about to have. It's already starting to dump acid into your stomach. So, excuse me, the first thing you need to do is be able to beat that. And, an easy way to counteract that, those hunger pains in the morning, is water. You have to dilute the acid that's already dumping into your stomach with water, and it'll help alleviate a lot of those aches. And then, you just got to keep practicing that method, not just for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days a week. You have to do that every single day until you've changed your body's chemistry. Your body works off of muscle memory, off instinct, off reflex. So you have to beat that. You have to reprogram your body. So yeah, like when you hear people talk about the reptilian brain, that's what they're talking about. Not this alien life form that, whatever, exists. It doesn't. The human body, the human, with its sentience, is both divine and animalistic at the same time. Duality, it's the two forces coming together, your animal vessel with your sentient energy brain, divine connection to the, one source. You have to find a balance in between both worlds. You have to be able to control your animalistic reflexes, your animalistic instincts from the vessel, from the metabolizing agents that are constantly circulating in your system. You have to gain control of that in order to gain control and modify what's going on up here. Anyways, I hope this helped some people. Good luck. If you have any questions, let me know. Peace.